In this video, I'm going to introduce teaching assistants to the General Chemistry Labs program. I'm going to discuss some of your responsibilities as a teaching assistant and introduce myself, a little bit about my job and my position. The General Chemistry Labs program is comprised of two classes, CHE 111 and CHE 113. 111 is the first semester laboratory course, while 113 is the second semester laboratory course. Both courses have an accompanying lecture class taught by a lecture instructor, and that's separate from our lab course. You will want to be familiar with these course numbers, as you will need to be able to assist students in the corresponding lecture courses during your office hours. CHE 111 is designed to give students an introduction to working in a chemistry lab. It is focused on teaching students basic laboratory skills that they will use in future laboratory courses. We also spend time teaching students how to write a lab report by breaking it down into its smaller parts and performing peer reviews on each part to allow students opportunities to write a draft, get feedback, correct mistakes before submitting a final report. CHE 113 goes into more depth than CHE 111, and this course will emphasize more quantitative laboratory skills and dive deeper into chemical analysis. Students in this course are expected to have some introduction and basic knowledge of laboratory skills that we can use to build on and apply that knowledge that they gained in 111 to this course. So how does all of this fit together? Students start CHE 105, which is paired with CHE 111, so 105 is the lecture course, 111 is the lab. They're paired together. They'll start in that course and then proceed on to their second semester course, which is CHE 107, which is paired with the CHE 113 lab. That's the most common way students go through our laboratory sequence. Students can also take a separate pathway through 109 and 110, which together would be equivalent to 105, because it's splitting that 105 course into 2 semesters. During the second semester of the sequence, so during the CHE 110 class, students will also take CHE 111. Students can also enter into our course sequence at any time using AP credit, transfer credit from another university, or take a bypass exam, which is available by appointment only. You should have a general idea of the options available to students in our courses, but please leave specific advising to either myself or the lecture instructors. The General Chemistry program also supports students in other 100 level courses, which includes the CHE 103 course, typically taken by nursing students. That course combines content from general, organic, and biochemistry courses into one semester. That's why it's earned the nickname GOB. Please also keep in mind that courses colored in blue can earn UK Core credit, which we'll explain a little bit briefly later in this video. Enrollment in CHE 111 topped out in 2014 with over 1,400 students in CHE 111 and another 800 students in CHE 113. That's nearly 1,800 students. As of the fall 2020, CHE 111 had 777 students enrolled. 58% of those students were classified as freshmen, while another 33% were classified as sophomores. CHE 113 had 382 students, with 10% being classified as freshmen and 60% classified by sophomores. Keep in mind, however, a lot of our students enter the University of Kentucky with transfer credit and other credit so that they may be classified as sophomores, but they are often in their first semester not only at college, but here at UK as well. So we've seen sizable variation in our enrollment over time, but the General Chemistry Labs program still remains a sizable program and is one of the single largest programs here at the university. So who are the students that are taking this course? In the fall of 2020, and for many semesters prior to now, the vast majority of students enrolled were declared biology majors. We've then had other students majoring in subjects like anesthesiology, human health sciences, neuroscience, and among others. We additionally had many students who are on a pre-professional track, including those for chemical engineering, dietetics, and human nutrition. We also have students in other majors such as public health, economics, family science, finance, forestry, history, dance, STEM education, and political science. Only roughly 5% of our students were majoring in chemistry. Understanding who our students are will help us adapt our teaching methods to their interests, and it has a huge effect on how we go about teaching these courses and what we need to do as instructors to reach our students and get them engaged within this course. So why do our students take these courses? Understanding this question drives the teaching approaches used in these courses and help you understand what examples you can effectively use to reach out to our students and drive student engagement. Outside of earning credit toward their specific degree requirements, CHE 105 and 111, when taken together can earn UK Core credits. The UK Core program is a general education program. The program is designed to broaden students' understanding of themselves, the world we live in, their role in our global society, and the ideals and aspirations that have motivated human thought over the ages. In our courses, we emphasize how individuals can put their acquired knowledge into action and provide the basis for critical thinking and problem-solving skills, and to help develop lifelong learning habits. Students are required to take this course and complete 30 credit hours in 10 different course areas that address the 4 broad learning outcomes of the program. CHE 105, alongside CHE 111, provides students the opportunity to demonstrate their mastery of the learning outcomes, specifically those related to understanding and the ability to employ intellectual inquiry, demonstrating quantitative reasoning, written and visual communication as a knowledge producer and a consumer, and how to make informed choices as an engaged citizen. Students must take both courses together to earn the general education credit. The goal is to broaden students' understanding of themselves, the world we live in, their role in our global society, and the ideals and aspirations that have motivated human thought throughout the ages. The general chemistry labs take up the bulk of the interior of the second floor of the Jacobs Science Building. The laboratories run the length of the building, parallel to Rose Street, down here at the bottom, and parallel to the Rose Street parking garage. So we're on the interior of the building nearest the courtyard. That is the areas shown here in dark blue. You will be provided with swipe access to the labs you'll be teaching in after the semester has started and after all TA assignments have been finalized. Please keep in mind that due to safety and security concerns, that your badge will only work during the lab coordinators, that's myself, my normal work day. And it's only going to work while the labs are in session. So we're talking that's Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. After those hours, your badge access will not work. Remember, laboratory safety rules state that no one is supposed to work in the laboratory environment alone and with other people's knowledge. To reduce this, your access is limited to only these times when the lab coordinator is present. To access the labs outside of this time, you must first seek my approval so that I am available and aware that you're working in the labs. The labs has its own designated prep room, JSB 260, which handles preparing solutions and ensuring that the lab spaces are stocked with necessary chemicals and equipment for each lab period. Our prep room personnel's office is also down by the prep room, and it is available to assist you after a quick phone call during normal business hours. The prep room is indicated on the slide with the yellow star. Your access to this area is restricted so that we can again ensure safety and security of all of the materials for our course. You will need to use the phone in order to call the prep room to get any kind of assistance. Students can also go to the prep room to purchase goggles and scrubs if they leave their required personal protective equipment at home. My office is located down here with the purple star. It's in the General Chemistry office room JSB 260H. It's on the second floor, again down in the corner in the office suite down by Rose and Hughley. Due to the sheer size of the building and the lab program, it is essential that all teaching assistants learn how to use the network phone in each lab space to call not only the prep room to replace broken equipment, but to call the lab coordinator in case of an emergency occurring in the lab. Teaching assistants cannot leave students unattended and unsupervised in the lab for any reason, as that's a safety violation. Additionally, our prep room staff is not trained to teach laboratory experiments, So it's important that you notify the lab coordinator or lead TA in case of any kind of problems. The laboratory spaces themselves are designed for you, the teaching assistant, to easily interact with your students. You are expected to spend the full lab period moving around the room and interacting with your students to ensure that they are progressing in a timely manner through the experiment and are not running into difficulties. The space is equipped with fume hoods, plenty of whiteboard space to write, and a projection system which you can use with my approval. The lab space is divided into 2 rooms, each with its own badge access, whiteboards, fume hoods, and workspaces. You are responsible for teaching in your assigned lab space. TAs need to be continually interacting with students, moving around the space. Students typically are going to be working in groups of 2, such that there are 4 students at each lab pod. While you will not be assisted by another teaching assistant, one generally is close by if an emergency arises. Otherwise, the prep room or the lab coordinator are just a quick phone call away. So, how do you, the teaching assistant, fit into this huge program? Well, you report to me, the lab coordinator for general chemistry. I report to Dr. Solt, the current director of general chemistry, who then reports to the department chair, Dr. Lovell. If we go back down to me a minute, I, of course, supervise one full-time prep room person, that's Stacy. I also supervise all of the teaching assistants. So that could be lead TAs, who would be there to help you if we have any of them available in a particular semester. They're great for people that you can go to in case you need any kind of assistance. The teaching assistants then are divided between the 2 different courses, CHE 111 and CHE 113. Depending on which semester it is, one course would have a higher enrollment than the other. In the fall, usually CHE 111 has the higher enrollment, so we would have more TAs teaching 111. In the spring, CHE 113 would have a higher enrollment, so I'd have more TAs teaching CHE 113. Depending on which course you would get assigned, you would have either 3 sections of CHE 111 or 2 sections of CHE 113, depending upon our needs. Each section has no more than 24 students. These assignments, of course, are subject to change, however, depending on the scheduling, the enrollment, and the needs within the department. Changes to this are typically announced during the in-person portions of TA orientation. Before I get into too much detail about what your responsibilities are as a TA, I'm going to talk about my background and what my responsibilities are for this course. I have a PhD in chemical education through the chemistry department at the University of Kansas with an emphasis in organic chemistry. I taught as a tenure-track faculty member at Northwestern State University in Natchitoches, Louisiana, 4 years before coming to UK. At NSU, I taught everything from general science to GOB, which was in a 2-semester version, unlike what it is here at UK. I've taught general chemistry and organic chemistry labs. I've also taught senior seminar courses. I've even supervised a student who wrote a research thesis in one of the semesters. I've been at the University of Kentucky working as a lab supervisor since 2011. When I started here, we were back over in the basement of the chemistry physics building. I was heavily involved in the design of the Jacobs Science Building general chemistry labs to ensure that they were modern in nature and allows for ease of student and TA interactions and engagement with inquiry-based labs. My focus has been on informal science education, that is learning that is occurring outside the classroom, as well as the classroom experience of students in large lecture classes. I'm interested in how to improve teaching and learning in the laboratory setting, how to teach scientific writing, and how students become integrated into a community of practice that we refer to as doing science. Most of my time is spent providing student support. If you'll notice, it makes up 35% of my job. Student support ranges from everything from writing the course syllabi, preparing course materials, setting up the course Canvas site, answering questions, so forth. In addition to that, because that doesn't sound like enough of a full-time job, I'm also responsible for training and supervising teaching assistants, which includes TA orientation, evaluating all of the TAs twice a semester, answering TA questions to ensure that you understand the lab experiments and what's expected of you, and providing support when necessary. I perform a lot of the laboratory maintenance, which includes training our prep room staff on basic repair and maintenance tasks. I also select experiments that we're going to perform in lab, get them all into the lab manual, and make sure all the course content is built and provided to students. I also spend a huge chunk of my time learning about new things that you can do with Canvas and figuring out how to integrate everything into the website platforms that we're going to be using and integrating them with Canvas. My position is largely a supervisory role. I spend the bulk of my time supervising others to ensure that the 111 and 113 labs run smoothly. When issues arise, I reach out for assistance to the teaching assistants for these courses for help, as well as to our administrative assistant for the program, Kevin, and the Director of General Chemistry, Dr. Soul. We take a team approach to ensure that all tasks are accomplished and expect that you do as well. We can further break my duties down into a lot more detail so you really have a better idea about how massive this program is that I run and how we have to depend on one another to get the jobs done. While I will be doing the bulk of the materials and the preparations, you may be asked from time to time to help out.